How's it going, everyone? Texas Man here, back with another video. I hope that you guys are all having a wonderful day. If you guys would, please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, make sure you guys hit that bell notification button. Select all for all notifications. I do stream Destiny 2, among other FPS and RPG games, such as Halo, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Starfield, and much more on my Twitch channel, Douglas447. And of course, if you guys want, you guys can hang out with me here on replays for Destiny content and much more coming in the future. We're going to be talking about Destiny 2. We just got the Year of Prophecy reveal from Bungie. They talked about the Edge of Fate, which is going to be coming in July. The DLC itself, Edge of Fate, will be launching on July 15th. And at the time of recording this video, pre-orders are available. So if you guys want, there is the standard version, which will get you the Edge of Fate. There's also the deluxe version, which gets you Edge of Fate. And then the second DLC that'll be dropping in December here of this year as well. And that's all you got to pay for. There is also a collector's edition to get you like a statue and some other goodies if you want to get that. But yeah, so we're going to be diving into everything that was revealed today in case you guys missed out on it. There was a lot of information that they slammed towards us in like 54 minutes, talking, gameplay, and whatnot. So we've got a lot of stuff. We're going to be talking about my reaction to it and a lot of the important information. First off, I wanted to let you guys know I'm going to be continuing content here into my Destiny 2 Heresy playlist. And then once Destiny 2 Edge of Fate comes out July 15, I will have a separate Destiny 2 Edge of Fate playlist where all my content, streams, gameplay, tips and tricks, guides, Zor inventory, all that stuff for the new DLC will be going into that playlist. So make sure you guys check it out when it does, of course, drop. So next thing I want to talk about is the fact that this Year of Prophecy feels like the beginning of Destiny 3. It feels like it's the start of a new era, and they literally said that. Bungie literally said that Year of Prophecy is the beginning of the era of Fate. Like they literally state this is the beginning of the Fate saga, and that they're going to be doing this new saga. Like we had the whole Light and Darkness saga from 2014 all the way up to the Final Shape that came out last year. So we are going to be getting years more worth of content here into Destiny 2. My guess is that we're not going to get a Destiny 3 for another 5 years. We're probably not going to get Destiny 3 well until the next console generation with Xbox whatever and PlayStation 6. So just keep that in mind. Destiny 2 is not going anywhere. We are going to be exploring a lot more with the Nine. The Nine seem to be like the new villains of this saga, and the first fight against them will be the new Edge of Fate raid, which will be launching on July 19. So, with that being said, we are getting the Age of Fate DLC, like I said earlier, that's going to be launching July 15th here, 2025. Then we're going to be getting a winter update in 2025, a winter DLC, and that I'll be diving into more of that later on to the video. We're going to be getting a summer DLC in 2026 and a winter DLC also in 2026. Alongside each major DLC, we are going to be getting a seasonal update alongside of it, and then a month or so after that, we will be getting another seasonal update as well, and then another big DLC. So they're doing 2 DLCs per year, 4 seasons. They're moving away from the episode model that they tried to do post Final Shape. Obviously, a lot of people didn't like it because it just felt like it was dragging out the story. I personally didn't like it. I thought it was okay, but as time went on, I kind of got bored and stopped playing. We are going to be going out of the Sol system, so it is confirmed. A lot of people were theorizing, okay, what are we going to do now that, big bad guy of the Sol system's dead? So we are going to be leaving the Sol system, and we are going to be exploring a new planet called Kepler, and this is based on reality. There is a planet that if you leave the Sol system, there is a planet out there, and you can live on it if you want. So, with this expansion, Edge of Fate, we are going to be getting some new abilities Basically, it seems like a ripoff of Metroid, so you get to transform into a Metroid-like ball, and you can cause a bunch of explosions, you can create bridges, you can teleport around, whatever. It looks interesting, looks cool. More stuff for us to just cause chaos is always welcome. We're also going to be able to increase the difficulty of the world we're in. So, if you're a new player, you can put it on easy mode. If you're a veteran and you like, doing, dungeons and Grandmaster Nightfalls and raids and whatnot, you can crank it all the way up to 11 if you want, and you get more and better rewards. We're also going to be getting some new characters. There's this one new character. He kind of looks like something from Half-Life, and Ikora Rey is also going to be important to this DLC, so it'll be cool to see her. Hopefully they don't kill her off. They seem to be doing that a lot with characters where they introduce them in a season or a DLC and they just get killed because the game's too bloated. So I just hope that doesn't happen. We are going to be getting also updates to dungeons. That's going to be part of the Rite of 9, which starts today. So you're going to be able to play 3 of the dungeons, and what's cool is you can go in and there will be matchmaking. So you can go in and be a solo player, or you could be a brand new player, play it on easy mode, and there'll be a guide that helps you explain what you're supposed to do for the puzzles and helps you figure out how you're supposed to kill the bosses within and get some rewards. And of course, this Rite of 9 thing is supposed to lead into the Edge of Fate, which again launches July 15th. Along with Edge of Fate, we're going to be getting some updates to the UI. It kind of looks confusing, so what they're going to be doing is they're introducing this thing called Portal. So when you launch the game, it's going to have a bunch of different menus. So like you can pick if you want to do Crucible, do some funky things with like Gambit and strikes, and then you can navigate if you want to do a certain strike only. You can, pick if you want to add on modifiers for increased rewards. You can change the difficulty from easy to super hard. You're going to be able to do a bunch of different things. Obviously, they're keeping the whole world map. So like how it is right now, where you can click on the different planets, there's still going to be a tab that'll open that up for you if you're wanting it. But they're changing the UI. They're changing the menus. It's supposed to make it where it's more, new player friendly. Again, Year Prophecy feels like the beginning of Destiny 3. Instead of us just getting a Destiny 3, they're just still updating this game that's been around since 2017, which out loud sounds scary. They really need to fix a bunch of bugs and whatnot. So, next thing, if you want, you can do strikes solo. Don't know why you would want to, but, if you think you're good enough and you can run a whole strike by yourself and not die once, you can. That'll be interesting. Me personally, I like playing with other people and having some sort of team coordination when I'm fighting up against a gigantic boss and doing all these puzzles and fighting against waves of enemies. I'm not really good at the game. I play and have played Destiny, the franchise, for story, not so much for the difficulty. Like, I'm not afraid of the difficulty, but I'm playing this game for story. So, yeah. If you can't tell, I'm excited, and I will be playing Destiny 2. I'm going to be pre-ordering it once I finish this video. And, like I said, I'm going to be covering it. I'm back into the grind of Destiny. I know I made a video probably like either early this year or last year saying I'm just done with Destiny 2. But I'm back in it. They got me hooked. Great job, Bungie. I'm actually looking forward to this. More so than Marathon. We are getting an Armor 3.0 system. We're going to be getting bonuses. Set bonuses. So if you have an entire set of armor and they're all the exact same matching armor, you'll get bonuses to your stats. They're also going to be changing stats. So like discipline, intellect, resilience, all that stuff's either going to go away or they're going to smash them together and or create new ones. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. We are also going to make it where if your armor can get past 100, you'll get those bonuses. So like, let's say you get your armor and it makes it where, your resilience, for example, goes to 103. That extra 3 bonus points is actually going to do something instead of it just being, once you get to 100 right now in Destiny, that's the max effectiveness you're going to have for that piece of armor for that stat. But they're going to make it where if you can get past 100, good for you. Enjoy the extra bonuses. We're also going to be getting some updates to gear. So we're going to have gear tiers. We're going to make it where we can have 5 armor mods and a bunch of more perks to not just have access to, but also be able to have equipped. So normally you have your columns. You can only pick one of each column. I think they're going to make it where you can have multiple perks in each column active at once. So they are turning us into a god, essentially, not just with our abilities, but also with our armor and our gear. And our weapons are also going to be getting an update with Edge of Fate, where we're going to be getting a bunch of new perks and a bunch of new mods that we can equip. Like I said earlier, all the DLC is going to be free, so Edge of Fate will be paid for, and then the DLC that's launching later in December, on December 2nd, Renegades, those are going to be paid for. But the seasonal content, all that's going to be free. I think they've made enough money for microtransactions. Finally, after 10 years. So I'm welcome to free content. Really looking forward to that. The second update within Edge of Fate will be launching on September 9, titled Ash and Iron. And if that doesn't sound slightly familiar, it's because in this DLC, we are going to be returning to the Plaguelands! Yes! If you guys don't know what the Plaguelands are, it was a part of the Cosmodrome that was infected by the Siva virus and turned a bunch of Fallen into Siva Fallen. So that'll be awesome, going back there and exploring that. Yeah, it was part of the Rise of Iron DLC, which kind of wasn't a planned DLC, but they launched that to give more time for Destiny 2 to cook. And so yeah, it'll be interesting to go back there. It's been forever. Also, later in Edge of Fate, we're going to be getting a new PvP mode called Tanks vs. Briggs. So we're going to have our human tanks versus Fallen Briggs, so it'll be interesting to see how that gets balanced out at all. Also, in Edge of Fate, we're going to be getting a shooting range that'll be added into the tower, so you can test out your new guns, your new armor, your new super abilities or whatever, and test to see, what's the best that you can use. Honestly, kind of feels weird because, most people just don't care about that. They figure it out as they play the game, whether it's in, an open world area, like in the, EDZ or something. I don't know why we need a shooting range. It just feels like a waste of assets, in my opinion. The second DLC, we're going to get a lot more information about that. That'll be coming in September. It's titled Renegades. They showed us a little teaser. It seems like they're just doing another collaboration with Titanfall and Star Wars. They showed you're going to be able to have a Han Solo blaster. You're going to be able to have a lightsaber. And I'm just like, yay! I can use a lightsaber and I can kill some aliens with it. I'm sorry. I love Star Wars. Good Star Wars by George Lucas, not most of the Disney garbage. But yeah, I'm just like, woohoo! And that DLC is supposed to be launching December 2nd of this year here in 2025. Last two things I want to talk about. We aren't getting, at the moment, they did not announce any new Crucible maps, no new updates to Gambit or maps for that, and no new strikes, which I just feel like that's kind of odd and sad. I hope we get something. Can we get at least one new map for Crucible per DLC? One new map for Gambit per DLC? And at least one new strike per DLC? Please, can you not just be dungeons, raids, some funky PvP mode, and story and new planet? Give us something that, is cool and satisfying that I can play for 3 or 4 months until the next thing comes out. Call of Duty does that. Halo does that. Battlefield does that. Why can't Destiny? One new map. So I'm asking, one new map for Crucible, Gambit, and a new strike. Please, come on. If you can't tell, I'm really excited. I'm excited for Destiny 2 again. Kind of wish I kept my posters. Kind of wish I still had my Destiny 2 hat. But after so long of being burned and burned out, there comes a point where I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. But I'm excited for Destiny 2 Year of Prophecy. It definitely feels a lot like a Destiny 3. It's weird that we're getting all this content and we're not just getting a Destiny 3. Kind of would make more sense that this would be something that they would launch, even if it is $80. But I just I feel like Destiny 2 was a good way to just wrap up the whole Light and Darkness saga. And then Destiny 3 being, the Fate saga thing for 10 years, I'd be fine with just playing Destiny 3 and it being the Fate saga kind of thing for 10 years or so. But it feels like they're just keeping Destiny 2 alive on life support, probably because they got bought out by Sony. Probably also because they don't want to launch a Destiny 3 and it conflict with Marathon. But yeah, I hope Destiny 3 does come. Like, we need a Destiny 3. We need an updated engine to this franchise. And it probably won't happen, sadly, until we enter the next console generation. So it does feel somewhat like Destiny 2 is on life support. And they're just keeping it afloat so they can keep making money and make Sony happy. But, yeah, we'll see as time goes on. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you guys want, I will be live streaming Destiny 2, Edge of Fate, Year of Prophecy content for the foreseeable future. Twitch, Douglas447. If you guys don't have Twitch for some reason because you hate it for some reason, let me enlighten you. It's free, so I don't know why you wouldn't want it. But if you don't want it, fine. You'll just have to wait for my replays to come here onto my YouTube channel. So, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video or stream. Peace out.